everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business in Mansfield called The Flower Patch. I just want to welcome all the new subscribers that I've had. Again, it's so overwhelming that I just really can't believe that people are really, or that my videos have reached out to them more than anything. It's just very touching, very touching. And I do say it to my husband as well. I share it with him and say, people are so kind and generous. And I love chatting, especially with my regular subscribers, Sandra, Julie, Ebony, and also Julie Johnson as well, and quite a few other people. And sorry if I haven't mentioned your name, but it is just so heartwarming. Anyway, today I've decided I'm going to do a grapevine wreath, but no flowers, apart from, I think just one or two, but the rest is fruit. So I thought, yes, I do a lot with flowers. Why not do a wreath with fruit on? And let's see how it goes. I haven't planned this this morning. I just thought, I walked in actually my workshop and I just thought, I was going to do something else. But then I thought, no, I'm going to do a wreath. And I thought, what can I do on my wreath? And I just sat looking at my things. I turned around, spotted my fruit. Oh, I'm going to do a fruit one. So let's go through what we have got. Sorry if you keep, I've just eaten a bit of chocolate, last piece of chocolate cake. I've just, it's my favourite. Look, I love it. So I had it before anybody else. So I've just been, and I've also got a cup of coffee just to swirl it down. Right, I've got out just a couple of stems of grasses. Because it's fruit, I'd like to add grass into it and put it, obviously around the sides. I do like this grass actually, because I like the movement of it, because there's grasses, it's not just going up, it's leaning on different, on each side. I've also got out my long stem boxwood. I thought I might use this to add just some movement in also around the edges. So I've also got that. Now I've took this off a vine. Well, I took this off from where my vines are, because it is a vine, and it's called the Ruscus trailing vine with yellow in it. Because the majority of the fruit is yellowy orange, well, I say that, I thought I may just cut the odd bits off at the end and just also incorporate those into it as well. And with me having these, I thought these have got a little flower on, so this is one of two flowers that I'm going to be using. I thought I could just pop a few of those in. Don't they look beautiful? And I thought, and they've also got on the flowers, they've got a shade of green near the centre. So I thought, why not? Now I have got this out. I've only got took one stem out. I've got quite a few, but I've just taken one. And I don't even know, it doesn't say what it's called. But I think it looks like, is it oak leaves? So I've got that, and I may, with it being a different type of stem, leaf, just use that and have a variegation of different ones. And I've also got out, oops a daisy, my few oddments and one fresh stem of my dark green ficus. I've got some I've ordered 3 big bunches of 12 stems each of the variegators. So there's 36 stems I'm waiting to arrive soon. One day, hopefully this week. Now, I've got out some fern and I've picked these ones because they've got yellow, like a limey colour, which matches majority of the foliage that we are going to use. So again, I may not be using everything. And I've also got out just a couple stems, fresh stems of my conifer as well, which I adore, just to give it, again, movement around the sides and a different texture as well. Now the other set of flowers, I thought I'd have these for the airiness and for the movement. My lady apple, and with it being called lady apple, and I've got apples, perfect match. So again, just these for movement and wispiness, also in the wreath. Now the fruit. Now I've got my big apples that I've only got 3, where I'm going to put one there, one there and one there. So they are my glorious, glorious apples. Pink Lady, I think they're called. Don't they look delicious? They just look like you want to eat them. And they've even got, if I show you, the vein, like the pattern in it, like a real apple would have. And I think it's glorious, even with the little stem piece at the top. I think they're brilliant. Now, I'm not sure about the banana. I was considering maybe just putting a banana around here. I'm not sure. I was debating, I was having a look before the video started and thinking it may be too much. But I've kept it out just in case. Now I've got some miniature pomegranates, and I thought we'd also, with their own foliage, could incorporate those. Oops, a daisy, there's one dropped. And I thought we could also incorporate those into the design as well. And one of them has just popped off of its stem, and I can't find where it is. Oh, it's there. I'll glue that in. Oh, it clips in. And I've cut down 3 little stems of oranges, again with their own foliage, and I thought we could also incorporate those. And the look of them is so like real skin on oranges. It's just so realistic. And again, I've got lemons, and they are like, the skin is just like real lemons, and it's just wonderful how they make them nowadays. So I've got some of those as well. I've got to remember what I've shown you. Right, I've got some miniature little peaches because I wanted to add in small things as well. I didn't want to add in just big. So I've got them, and these are the same texture as a real peach. I've been stroking these. I can't help myself, but they are, I've put little picks on because they didn't come with picks. So I've just pushed the pick in the bottom with a bit of glue on to keep it held in. So I thought we'd add a few of those as well. I've only got 5 out. Same with the raspberries. I've got 5 out. Now these are heavy, really, really heavy. These didn't come with picks either, so I've done the same with these and added some picks, but they are really heavy. I didn't realise how heavy they would be. I've got some red berries out. I do use these also for Christmas, but I thought I'd get some red berries out as well. And I've got 5 little cherries. Oh, I love cherries. And I've got 5 with the stalk on as well. And they didn't come with picks either, because sometimes you will find that if you buy a bag of things without a pick on or a stem, they're much cheaper than that you would buy if you bought them with the ready-made stem on. So I tend to buy a bulk of them, and probably a bag of 50 or something like that, which do last me because you only tend to use them, you know, occasionally throughout the year. So I thought, well, they would last me. So I've put my own picks on those as well. And I've got some strawberries, and they've even got their own flower on them. just a few stems of strawberries to add in as well with their own little flower. And last of all, I've got just two. I may just put one in, but my lovely grapes, I've got red and I've got black, and I think they are absolutely divine. Look, they're so squidgy, just like if you touched a real grape, and they feel very realistic. When I got these, I was stood for ages just pressing them and couldn't believe how realistically they feel. Oh, I best stop. So that's what we're going to use today. So if I just budge all the fruit down there and then start here. I hope you like the little video of the room that my husband's done for me, the extra storage. Thank you, Sandra, for your lovely sweet comment and towards what my husband has done. That's really sweet of you. But oh, he's done me a grand job. I am so pleased with it. Again, on my storage, I haven't put doors on the front because I haven't got a lot of room where the other seat is. So if you open it, I'd have to keep moving things out of the way. So I did say to my husband I might put some roller blinds on them to cover it. I might just leave them as they are so I can just grab them instead of having to keep roll the blinds up, or I may just put hooks on and just attach small curtains or something like that, or wicker. So I'm not quite sure. My husband seems to think it looks all right as it is, and it's easy access just to get what you want instead of keep pulling the blinds up or moving the curtains out of the way. So perhaps he's right, but I love it. I'm just waiting for the cat to come in because I put his blanket on top of it so he can have somewhere new to sleep. So we'll see. But I have spotted him on the front garden because I've just had a cup of coffee with my neighbour as he is going in hospital tomorrow. So let me just start with the biggest leaf. I just want to see how much. And this may have to be quite big because of the bigness of the apples. You know, if it was tiny, the apples would really look out of place. So I think I need to cut it around here. If I take that off there at the next node and then just cut it slightly there. And again, you can manipulate everything to make it look more natural. And I have cleaned the inside of my, I can't do the outside because that is stuck solid. I think it will only move if it's on, and I don't want to burn myself. But I have cleaned the inside from all the glue hanging around. And I did it with my nails, well, my stubs. But I did it. Right, when you're inserting your stem, you've got obviously the pattern of your grapevine. You can either go up and follow the pattern that way or go down. If I want it up near here, I tend to face it that way. As soon as I come down here, sometimes I do bring it that way, but I'm all for usually up, if you know what I mean. But I do variate it with different ones. And as you can see, it's just sitting under there. So I want to have at least about probably 5 of these. So if I cut the next one there, that's 2. Sorry, I mean, I might need just 3 because they are really. Oh no, let's get more in. I'm all for more. So these ones have only got 2 leaves on. 3, 4. Take that one off at the bottom. 5. So what I'm going to do, because these have only got 2 on and they've got 3 on, I'm going to go 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, like that. So I'm just going to bend the stems so they look. Let me just cut where I've chopped it really close so you can't see it. So yes, I think I did a really good clean out. It was my husband when he did the storage for me. It just makes you want to clear everything out and make sure it's all nice. So I did. And then I just decided, last job, oh, let's clear out the inside of my glue pan because it was looking quite messy. So now I don't want to spoil it. So I'm trying to stick in one place. I don't want that one at the moment. Now 2 again. Again, cut at the top so it doesn't look like it's been chopped at. And then we'll place this one here. Again, going in. I'm not going through the back. And the last one there. I do like manoeuvring them into a more of a natural position. Like that. I think that may need a bit more glue, so let me pull it out, guys. Got a piece of plastic hanging on it here. I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to just clear the old glue off because I don't like to have glue on top of glue. It becomes really clumpy. Oh, I can't turn it round. So I'm not going to go in the same place. So that is what we've done with that. So what I'm not going to use, again, I'll put on the floor out of my way. But it's there in case I may need it again. Just, they're flowers, so let me put those over there. Oh, it's really cold today. I was going to put the heating on, but then I realised with the noise. But it's really windy. I'm still waiting for that Indian summer we're supposed to be having. I don't know where it's got to. Right, I'm going to use my oddments of my ficus, and I'm also going to place these in between where I can see some gaps. So one for definite is here. So follow the pattern of the grapevine. Oh, I've got a delivery from Amazon today. The only thing with Amazon is they say, oh, they'll deliver it, but then you get an email saying, they give you a time, and the next minute you get another email. They'll probably put on it between 9 and 11 a.m. Then you sat around waiting. I don't know if this has happened to you guys. You sat around waiting, and the next minute, before you know it, you look at your messages and spot you've got a message from Amazon again, and then it says on it between 11 and 10 p.m. Now that's awful, because there's some people who are very busy, and they haven't got the time to just sit in and wait till 10 o'clock at night. So if it's happened to you, let me know, because I get it all, you know, all the time. And like I say, the thing is, Amazon's only up the road from where I am. That's what one of my pet hates with, as much as I love Amazon, that's just one of my pet hates with the company. I understand they're busy, but they shouldn't give me a time and then keep cancelling. It's just not fair, because I may have plans. I mean, I've got an order over there that I've got to do for a lovely lady, Rita. So it was really, really nice. So I've got to do that for her. I'm just waiting on one bunch of something that I want to put into her arrangement. And I really wanted to get it, you know, done this afternoon. Because she's one of my family members and she's absolutely fantastic woman. So I'd love to get it to her as soon as possible. But with Amazon, you just never know. Right, I'm putting these, as you can see, filling in the gaps with the bigger leaf. I just want to, you know, give it different variations of sizes and colours of leaves and types. Oh, I've already put that there. Oh my goodness, take it out quick. Let's get that glue off and redo it. That's with me not concentrating. Oh, my cup of coffee as well. So that one's there, so it's here. I don't mind if these are sticking out, you know, or up or anything like that, because with the big apples and things, they will soon flatten them down. So that doesn't bother me. I want a bigger piece. Oh, what's on here? Oh my goodness. It's on this one as well. I don't know what it is. It's like dark green plastic. See, I've got a good eye for things like that because I do check the foliage. I really do. As I'm looking down at it while I'm working, you may see me just manoeuvring the branch and that, but as I'm looking down, I'm checking the leaves out at the same time. Again, because I don't like it. See, now this one I'm going down that way instead of up. Oh, I just wanted to say as well, I have received some beautiful pictures. Oh, my dear friend Sandra, I forgot to say this the other day. I've done this beautiful autumnal colour arrangement. The biggest she's done, she says, so far. Fabulous. The placement on it, I cannot fault it. She has done a cracking job. And even, I've shown it my husband, and he loves the colours. So, Sandra, keep it up. And also, again, I forgot to say, Julie Hodgkinson, oh, the lady who wants to come and visit me. Oh my gosh, she also did one for her husband's workshop. And it reminded her when I was talking about WD-40 on one of my videos to spray over your wreaths to protect them. She'd done one with a WD-40 sign and she said she had to send it and show it me. And that was absolutely fabulous too. So you all are brilliant. You're doing a wonderful job. I'm really, really proud of all of you. Now I've got these small little bits. 1, 2, 3, 5. And what I'm going to do with the smaller pieces, I'm going to incorporate coming in. So then that is all my oddments used up without spending a penny on buying some more. Oh, it's lovely. So again, just twist it. Let it lean in like that. See, that's got it on as well. I'm just trying to use the glue pan in one area so I don't, because sometimes I'll just get my stems and I'll just wipe the glue off anyway, but I'm just trying to keep it in one area because I've cleaned it. Isn't that sad? I don't mind. Sometimes these can be sort of like hard to push. And again, let's just lean it slightly up. I'm not putting a bow on this. This is just going to be an all-round wreath. I do like my bows, I really do. I love my bows. But on this occasion, I want you to see the fruit not home in on the actual bow. So I'm not putting one in. I mean, you can put one in if you wish. But no, I'm avoiding it today. As much as I've looked up at my new shelving, I'm not doing it. I refuse. Oh, I just can't believe what my husband's done. I keep going on about it, guys, but I feel like I've won the lottery, but in a different way. Because I was going to actually move sites. I was going to be set up where my husband's actually working. That was going to happen this year. But it's much better when you're at home. You know, no travelling. You can just walk out your door with a cuppa. You can have a coffee break whenever you like. I've got a sign on my front garden anyway for people as they drive by. And he's built me that now, so I don't want to move. So we'll see. But if it's not this year, it may be next. But I'd rather at this moment in time, I'm very comfortable doing it from home. I don't mind working in a shop, you know, having my own shop somewhere. I really don't. But I just wanted, at this moment, to stay where I am. I just can't stop staring at it. So if you keep seeing me going looking that way, it's because I'm just looking. I'm just so happy with what he's done for me. He's also very creative, my husband, because he makes things like sheds, summer houses, you know, workshops. He built this workshop for me and I didn't have to pay. I thought I would. I thought he was going to end up saying that will cost you, because they are expensive because of the quality. He's been doing it for over 30 years and it's the quality. And obviously the expertise. But because I'm his wife, I've paid him in kindness by cooking his dinner and doing also his bookkeeping as well. His accounts, because he doesn't like it. So I've done it for him. So I've paid him in kindness. But yeah, he's absolutely very creative. He can come up with any bespoke building. If somebody came to him and tried to sort of like tell him what they'd like, but haven't got a picture of any idea, but just something in their mind, my husband will draw it out in front of them in 3D, and he'll just draw it, and then he'll say to them, now, is this what you're looking for? And if they say yes, then great. If they say, well, I'd like the door moving that side, and then he'd just draw it where the door's on the opposite side, and yeah, he's very good like that. He could see a picture on how to do my work unit here, my extra storage. I thought he was going to put doors on, but when he said you haven't got enough room to open them. So I took his advice and he said fair enough. Right, I'm going to get the grasses in, or do I put? I've got lots of foliage, or do I put? Let's get the conifer in. I'm going to cut off. Now I don't know how many I'm going to use of these. We'll just play it by ear. Again, my favourite conifer. And what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to stick these out behind the big leaves so they've got something, as you can see, behind them with a bit of movement. I like to put things behind sometimes bigger leaves, because if you just add that, I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks lovely, but by just adding an extra touch of something what's wispy and long, it sets it off beautiful. I could even go near the gaps here, you know, and do it there. So let's go for it. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going in on the side, not the front. As you can see, because I will, like I say, it's going to be quite big because of the size of the apples. I don't need the apples to look too much, because if I did a smaller one, they wouldn't look right. They'd be out of place. Even though they are a fruit, they'd still be out of place. So I need to do something fairly big for them to blend in well. Again, I'm going to start going down with my stem. And just lean that back slightly. Gosh, and I've had an email stating that my 20 bunches of conifer also everything's coming this week. Should be coming. I've got about 5 deliveries. It's like Christmas. It's great. Put that one there. Just lean that over the top of it. I've asked my son, whose date is off for work, Brandon, his name is, to keep an eye out for the delivery guy. He's got his headphones on, playing his FIFA, so I doubt he will hear anything. I have to text him if I'm busy and like in here, or I've got a customer, or I'm doing a video. Sometimes I do, well, I can't do it when I'm doing a video, but before the video, as I'm preparing everything, I'll text him and say, come and make your mummy a drink and a nice cup of coffee. And I did that before we started this video. He can be good, but you do have to spur him on with him being autistic. But I must admit, he gets up every day and says, how's my beautiful mum? Isn't that lovely of him? That's really sweet. He's very loving, very loving. He always says he likes to sit and cuddle me. To say he's 28 though is, you know, some lad you know, grown men do that with the mums. Some don't. But our Brandon's always doing it. He always has. Even to his grandma. You know. He loves his grandma Rita to bits. It's only because she lets him get away with it. I have told him he's got to help her a bit more. But he's always loved her to bits. And his granddad, who sadly is no longer here. He reminds me of his granddad, if I'm being quite honest. Some of the ways he's got. Do you have any children that remind you of your parents? Because my children spent a lot of time with their grandparents. A lot of time. You know, they took them everywhere. I mean, we went as well. But, yeah. They were great. Couldn't wish for better grandparents. I think I'm going to put that one there. Because if I move that slightly, spread that. By even just spreading them slightly, it fills different areas up. You know, so it doesn't look like it's just one together. Just by giving them that little bit of a spread. As you can see, it's opening them up. I hope you can see, I've just realised I've probably got this the wrong way. My necklace is catching. Sorry guys, I've only just realised. But I'm just parting them just to, you know, spread them out. So I do want one there. So we'll put this one there as well. I'm going in on the side, not on the front. Just move that leaf out of my way. I'm spreading that as well. Oh, I thought I'd trim the back of it up quite well. I've just spotted a loose piece of grapevine. So that also... Right, that's what it looks like, just with 3 different pieces of foliage. Now bear in mind I've still got other bits of foliage. I do have the boxwood where I may want to come in front like that, or I may join it at the back. If I can just place one in. Yes, I'll join it at the back with the conifer, with it being long. And I may even do that with the grasses as well. The grasses are push-ups. You can have them, you know, all the way down if you wish. They'd look lovely like that if you was doing a, you know, an arrangement. But when I do wreaths, I like to push them up near to the top. Like that. If I go some a bit and have them like that. Because they also give off a lovely texture. As you notice, I'm leaving majority of anything here because I will be putting things like the ruscus in. So at the front, because with it being small and with this being a vine, it's not got no wire in it at all. So by putting that, try to stick that out, it wouldn't do it. So by just putting smaller pieces in, just to add that little bit of texture and also depth. So that's why I want to put the long wispy ones around the outer side with the conifer. Just clean it now, put it in. I keep hearing cars, thinking it's my delivery. Again, in through the side. Just heard a car. I may have to pause it because I know my son won't hear it because he's got his headphones on. It's hard. Oh no, I think it's next door. So we'll carry on going around. Don't you think the boxwood looks lovely? The long stem. This is because I've got a pivot edge on my front garden, about 30 foot long, probably bigger, because I live on the corner. It goes all the way around. And sometimes when I haven't cut it, mine looks like that, the height of it. But then that's when it gets to that stage, I have to cut it. I like it neat because I'm fussy. So I'm going to go just there. I don't mind if it blends or touches, you know, the conifer. I just want to give it that extra. Oh, there's a piece here. That like movement. I could cut the stems down if I wish, but I quite like them where it's quite long. I'm going to go under the rope that I've got and then lift it up. Now let's have a look. Just cut that. It's got little prongs on. Take those off. I've seen one where it's just got one. No, there's no way for it to stick in. There's another one here as well. I just get rid of the prongs on them because some people may think that they're one of the actual leaves and that have fallen off. I don't want to give them, you know, any false, anything false. I want them to have it looking how it should. This is my boundary now. I'm not going out where the conifers are. That's the boundary that I'm staying within. See, that one looks, let me tidy this one up so then I can use this. Again, I don't want it to look like it's being chopped away at. And one here. Oh, that's come through. I love airy, wispy movement in anything. Now let me see if that's brought glue through. Because if it has, then I've got to remove just a little bit. That's another thing that I do check for. If I have gone through, let's take that strand off. If I have gone through with a stem, if I'm doing it from the back or even the front, and I've gone through the opposite side, not purposely, you know, accidentally, then I will also remove if it's brought glue through it, I will remove that glue. I don't just pull the stem out and reposition it. I also do remove the glue that's come through on the back. So let me just chop this bit of twig off. It's really bothering me. I do tidy them up. see there's one here. You know, on some, majority of them I do tidy them up. Some look, you know, depending on the style, look absolutely great how they are. You know, with the wisping, the grapevine loose. I'm just going to turn it around this side, guys. So that's there. So I want this one here. Again, I'm going down and I'm just bending the stem. Right, let's get another one. How many more do I need? 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, look at that. I may end up with just one left. 2. Oh, right. 3. Right. Now this is where it's all been chopped away at. So I'm going to remove these. I don't want them on. And just by cutting them really close to the main stem, I will bend it over so I can get to it better. But I will cut it at an angle so I can get a neat cut and a neat finish. So now I've cut the bigger ones off, I will trim them right back now. Let's go from this angle. There we go. So now it's all nice and tidy. So then one under here. Spent it. Bit of glue string. I will turn it around, everybody. It's just when it gets down here, I always seem to struggle to do it. I always have. Especially if I'm working away from myself. And then the last piece. I can hear my cat. Oh, a door as well. Yeah. And then the last piece goes in here. You may be thinking that it looks still quite gapey or anything like that. But honestly, once I start putting things in, it will fill it up. I mean, the grass will also start to also fill it up around the side if I show you at the top where it is quite gapey. The grass will start to fill that up. Excuse me. And I've also got the fern as well, so the fern will also, you know, help filling it up as well as the grass. So by putting those in, I'm covering the gaps, and that's my aim. I don't like, as you see, gaps like that. I like, when I do it, it's got plastic on it. I like to see, you know, the fulfillment of it. Oh, I've just put the plastic in there. Oh gosh, I can't get that out. Oh, it's melting. Right, so let's get the grasses. So again, this is where I start to fill it. I just love these grasses. So let's take that one. If I need any more, I'll go and grab another bunch. And again, I'm left with that where I've just cut those grasses off. I'll cut it there if I can. Yeah. I'll cut that off and I will save that. If I need them for, say like even an apple and I want a stronger stem, because these didn't come with picks, and I could pierce an hole in and use that as the stem instead. And I do that with not just the fruit, I do it with the flowers as well. Sometimes I think the stems aren't very sturdy, I do use these, what I've saved. And plus it will save a lot on your pennies than, you know, having to pay a bit more money out on buying things with stronger stems when you can use them. I'm all for a bargain, me. For saving. I'm just going to turn these right to the top. They are quite stiff to manoeuvre, but they do move. Oh, we've got another study day on Saturday with the choir. I've counted 32 songs for the Christmas concert to get through. That's why we're starting the Christmas concert songs now. 32. Can you imagine your voices at the end? I'll be talking like a man. Right, let's get these in. I'm cutting the stems on those. And again, and then placing it there. I'm going around. Just give it a little bit of glow. My husband thinks I've got eyes like a hawk. I said it's not that, I've got 4 eyes. So I can see more. That's my excuse. When I was younger, it's really weird. I always wanted to wear glasses. I loved them. And I still think they're very much of a fashion piece. And I think the other different styles you can get is great. Oh, these are stiff. So how many will I need? 1, probably about another 2. Keep standing on a piece. Let me just go and grab another bunch. I'm hoping I may have some oddments in there. Let's just grab a bunch. These, I've just looked on the tag. These are called vanilla grass, if you want to know. I did get these from Dunelm, £1.25 a stem. And they are called vanilla grass. But I've had these a while, so I don't know if they've gone up in price. Sorry guys, I keep standing on bits of these wire what's dropped on the floor. I'm not sure whether they've gone up in price or, but yeah, they are good. I may just even want 1 extra. Oh my gosh, I've got to push these right up. And also with these as well, because I'm only cutting it here, I will keep that and put in here with my picks. For if I want something slightly shorter, then I've got something. So I do keep those as well. Right, I'm going to come from here. I can get it, slide it. And bend that there as well. Because I'm not putting as many as I have done with the boxwood and the conifer. I'm just trying to, from the back. Why do I feel that that may have gone through? No. So from the back, all I'm doing is looking at the spacing. I'm judging by eye on where to space it. Place it the next one. I could, you know, get the tape measure out, but that will take too long. Keep measuring. Bit of glue. I can feel it on my nails as well. I'll follow this one. Oh, I've got one there. One moment. I'm going to place one then. Let me just have a look from the front, because I do think I need one here. Now something's bothering me there. I think if I put the ferns in, that will take it away. That one keeps. Right, I think I'm going to put this last piece in. It's just, it just looks like there's a space what needs to be filled with something bigger. I'm just trimming that so I can save the stem. I think with me having, let's have a look. Yes. So I've got it slightly shorter. So right, I've just got a bit of glue on the leaf then. So in that case, there's another one I need there. So I'm going to cut one more piece off. I'll take this bit. It's there. Yeah. In fact, if I cut that. Here we go with the gaps. I will turn it around, everybody. It's just that I like to check every now and again, because from my view, I can always see something slightly missing. Yeah. When I when I turn it around again, like I've said, when it's facing you, and I'm looking at it from the side, it does look okay, but it's then when I turn it around and just stand back, that's when I notice. That's better. Now I've filled in the gaps with the bigger ones. That's much better. So I don't need that one now. So I'm going to get a few more pieces of fern. I'll cut 5 off to start with, and these are not push-ups, so when they're not push-ups, I definitely manipulate the stem just by bending it in different positions from, you know, bottom to the top, just to spread them out so they look more of a natural. And if you think that like that leaf's facing backwards, just turn it around so it's facing the front like all the other two. So we're going to add these in. Now, do I add them in at the front? Yes, we're going to add these also at the front just to give that texture alongside the bigger oak leaves. So they're blending in, as you can see, like that. And again, all I do, I just bend it at the bottom first, then I bend it here, back on itself, and then I bend again at the top and go that way. So you've got a bit of a curly stem, so then it gives these leaves, fern leaves, are moving off in their own direction and more of a natural look. I studied my garden quite a lot as well, especially when I was learning to do, when I did the university course, you know, we was told to look at our gardens and look how the stems are placed and how they're growing. So, you know, we had to try to learn to mimic that. I mean, it was quite interesting, if I'm being honest. Just push that in a bit more. Remove that glue, we don't want that showing. Yeah, so when we did that, that really helped when, you know, you think about placement by doing that. And if you look in your garden as well, some of, you know, your ferns or anything, some of them all grow to, you know, follow each other, but then you always get the few that just slide off to one side. So again, I tried to mimic that. Move that one back that way. So I'm going to place that one here. The front here also. There does seem a lot of greenery, but like I say, once these apples are in, that greenery becomes invisible, you know, and all the other things as well. And just here as well. And I'm going to place one here. Excuse my head, everybody. Let's get some more. How many more? Probably 3. We'll take all these off. These last 3 on here. I'll just move and manipulate the stems before I put them all in. Oh, it's very quiet. Oh, my youngest son's friend who he plays online games with, he's got him a job at his workplace. So he's just now panicking that he's hoping he doesn't like it, because he fought tooth and nail to get him that job, and he doesn't want it to come back on him. Bless him. And the last one, do I? Now there too. Let me just move that one up a little bit. I can hear my cats on the roof, and I can hear like they're fighting, and I don't like it when they fight, but you can guarantee one of them will come back in. They're around here somewhere. I don't think I'm going to put any more of those in, so I'll save those. Right, let's just put that. I keep looking at this banana. Oh, I don't know now. That might look nice. Oh, yes. I think we'll hang on to it. Now I've got these. Again, if I just cut a piece off of this ruscus, what I want to do with the ruscus, just cut pieces like this off, and I want to place them in a smaller, depth. I don't want them long, just sticking around here. So, but first of all, I want to get in. We've nearly finished, guys, with all of the greenery. Just take that off. In fact, I could put that on here with that. Let's see. I'm not going to cut that yet, because I want to try. Do I put these with the flower and bring them out? Yes. So I'm going to cut them like that. So we want something with a little bit of a flower sticking out instead of just the greenery. I like to, even though it's just going to be fruit, I just want that bit of extra, tiny bit of floral showing. And again, I'm just cutting these really as close up to the main stem, so it doesn't look like I've been chopping away. Save that. So that's 3, 4. Just use 5 again. I like to, if I'm doing something big like this, I like to cut in 5s first, just to be on the safe side, because I know for definite, for a size of this, I will need at least 5. That's unless obviously with the fruit that's different. So I start with 5. I don't try not to cut any more off. If I need more, then I can go back to the stem and just get some more off. But what I want to do with these is just place these just so they've got a bit of floral mixed in with the foliage, but it's not too vibrant. It's got green inside the flower heads, so it blends in perfect. Again, because I don't want to take the focus off the fruit, so we will go in around here and just let it, you know, just bounce off of itself. So I'm just checking if there's any bits I need to chop off. So we've got that one there. We're going to put one at 12 o'clock. If I can get it in. Let me just manipulate that to go back a little bit. And then, so we've got one here at 10 to 12, and it's going to be at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. I've heard doors. Gosh, I'm becoming to get a complex me every time I hear a door. So here we have 8 o'clock. Oops. Right, where's that come from? I'm going to glue that on. Because I don't want that popping off. I can get it back in. Yeah. And then at 4 o'clock and then 2 o'clock. I was always taught to look at it like you're working on a clock face. Think of your times. 2 o'clock. And then that will help with your positioning. And then 4 o'clock. It's really weird because when you look at the back, you can see bits where you need to position things or what needs filling. Slightly bent that. I can see another twig. What's that around it? Oh, they put wire on. It's alright, because I'm very funny, because if it's, let me cut this one off as well. If it goes on the customer's door, it's the thought of it scratching the door. And let me tighten that up actually, and then cut it. And I don't want customers. Let me bend that wire into the actual vine. Right, so you've got a bit of floral around. So now I'm going to put in the ruscus. We will get to, you know, our beautiful fruit, and I will have to put these in, and they will also go around the side because these are on paperback. Oh, I found a pick. They're also on paperback. So what I want to do with these is just get the odd ones, and I'm going to use the foliage with it this time. You know, probably 3, and put those there, just to also, or perhaps in between where I've put these flowers. So I may want 5. So let me prepare this off. 1, 2, 3. We're going to put this in as well. I want 2 more. I'll just pull. In fact, I'll cut 3, 4, 5. So we don't need any more of those. So I'll keep those there while we start to put in our rusters. Again, this with it being on a vine, this hasn't got no wire in it whatsoever. I'm not going to help it with wire unless I'm struggling, but I can see plenty of room where, look, it will just sit in. So I don't want to be putting picks on it if I know I can get them in. So again, if I can't, then I will help it out and put pick on it. So I want to start here. See, that's gone in lovely. I'm cutting anything off I can see that's odd. Just going to cut a few pieces off. Just to start with. I don't want to overdo it and put lots of this in. But I'm using this as the filler, like the filler foliage, to fill in any of the grapevine that you can see. I mean, the fruit will help. But again, I just want to place it around, and you can't really push it in very well. Excuse me. So you just basically have to put it in where it will go, where you see a big enough gap for it to sit. I'm just going around. And if I need some on the side, then I'll put some at the back as well. You know, you don't just have to have it sitting along the front. You can also have it at the back or on the side, should I say. Place that there. I've got a glue string attached to it. One more. I do love doing my wreaths. I really do. Funeral flowers and wreaths are one of my passions. Don't get me wrong, I like doing everything else. I like doing everything really. As long as it stimulates my mind, I'm happy. Oops, a daisy. Where's that gone? There. Oh, I tell you, I've got a complex. Every time I hear a door, when I hear a sliding door like you would in a van, I've heard a sliding door. And it stops me in my tracks. I'm going to put some of these around the side to use in here as well. Now, was that a knock? I've got a doorbell. Some of it, even though it's right in front of their eyes, they don't use it. I'm going to have to put that there. Even though it just say, please ring the bell. Let me cut that one a little bit shorter. And again, I'm just placing these at the back where they can just sit nicely, act as depth as well at the back. And also give it just a bit of colour with it having yellow on. I will show you once I've placed them. Again, I'm not placing them in any particular order. Get that piece of vine off. I'm just using it as filler. Just lift it forward. Right, I've got a bit of that stem sticking out, so cut that off. I may need one more actually. Let's take this last piece. Now that's broke off. I don't want to use that then. Now these, as you get closer, just at the bottom, I've got wire in because it's obviously holding the bunch of them together. So yeah, a couple more. And it's hard to actually push them through when they've got no wire, because they do bend as you're pushing them in. There. So you're just hoping that they slide. Right, what I've done, again, as you can see, is just put those around the back. Get rid of that glue string. Put them around the back, going just to add a bit of depth at the back. So when you look from the side, you will see that there's something lower down at the side. I hope I got that in shot for you. I've got a feeling I may not have. Right, so that is all with our foliage. Apart from, obviously, we've got what was with the lady apple, and that could be had a different texture. Oh, I can't see when the light shines, but again, I will go over it with my brush. I wonder if I can get that actually. Oh, this is good while I've got all my little tool stuff right at the side of me. Right, one moment. There we are. So when I've got the light shimmering on, there's one there. Is it gone? Oh, that's a twig. Gosh, I thought my glasses were good, but they're not that good. I thought it was a glue string and it's a twig. Got that one. Sometimes I twist my brush as well just to make sure I pick it up. There we go. I'll keep that out. Right. Do I instead just put 3 of these together? Yeah. And then 1. Oh my goodness. So put those three together with that, those with that, and then that, and then that. So they've all got a bit of foliage with them. So I'm now going to get my brown pot corsage tape, because it's a brown stem, and I do like to stay with the colour of the stem. Because these are paperback, it'll just peel off, and I'm going to go as high as I can with these to prevent anything above it peeling off as well. And I'm just going to put these together, 3 stems of the lady apple, and then a piece of foliage, so it's like that. So we'll put those there, do the same with this. Let me just tear that bit off. Sometimes I pull it a bit too tight and then it goes really thin at the bottom. I do like to usually do that, if I'm being quite honest. It's a weird feeling, this corsage tape, when the stickiness activates when you pull it. It's a weird feeling on your fingers. It's like a rubbery but sticky. I don't know, I can't really explain. I guess you guys who deal with it, you'll know what I mean. There we go. So we'll put that over there. So now we've got our 5 lady apple, where I'm going to place 1 here, 3, 4, 5. So let's dip it in our glue. I'm going to go like that. I will lean it back a bit. I want it just to get that height, so it sits amongst this little flower here. There we go. It's all right, it's the stickiness on my hands now from using the tape. I'm going to slightly bend that one. There we go. This is just going to add a bit of the bounciness and the airiness. Let me just cut that bit to your arrangement. And the movement. Give it a bit of something, you know, on the outer side. Let's just And the last one down here. Just going to bend this one so it just goes slightly off in another direction, so it's not too close to the other one. Right, so that's now all our foliage in and our lady apple, and now we're on to our fruit. This is the bit I have been waiting for. This is the most exciting bit. Let me just check on the back before I carry on. What was that? And I can see from the back because the light's shining through it, so I can see anything that's showing. Right, here we go. Oh, here we go, guys. Everybody, this is the best bit. Now, I said I didn't know about this banana, but you know what? I think if it's just sat there, I think it would look lovely just sat across here. I mean, I don't want it right there because that looks odd. Just offset, sitting there. Then again, an apple up here, one here, and another one down here. I think to start off with, we'll put the biggest things in first, because I have more grapes, and then we'll just work a bunch of grapes around here, or even put a strong stem on them and have them hanging within the foliage. So I want to leave the grapes till last, with them being the most flexible and, you know, the best ones. So I'm going to put the banana in. I had to have a look once we've got all of our foliage in. So I'm going to place it here. I just want to make sure it's in the correct position. Like that. Let me just see if I can see it coming out of the back, but it's not out very far. But I'm going, what little bit I can see, I'm taking it off. And we're only looking at about 3 mil, but 3 mil to me. So we're going to put our banana there. Let's just fluff this up so it doesn't look like it's been squashed in. Oh my gosh, here we go again. Oh, sorry. I just can't help it. When I get excited, I start breaking out in song. I just love anything like this. And we will place this. If we can squeeze it in. Oops, I've got the leaf in my hand. No, it won't go there, so let's... Oh, I may have to go from this side. So let me just remove that glue. What's from it? And I can see it. Can you see? Oh, it's not quite come off. Oh, for goodness gracious me. Can you see the glue? And then the glue there. That's what it does when you use a brush. It gets rid of it. And it's like it clasps it. Well, grasps it, should I say. Right. Let's go in through the other side. Through this side here. Look at that. I'm going to bring one down here as well. That's too small to keep. God, they're the right size of what a normal apple is as well. What you'd buy, they're literally what I've had an apple this big and chomped away at it. They really are. They're lifelike. Size as well as the colour of it and the way that it's been decorated with all the like, oh, I don't know. It's artificial flowers have come a long, long way. So there we have 3 apples. Let me come and have a look from your side. Right, now let me move that big leaf and bring that slightly down, because that's covering it. So I'm going to place that there. Oh my goodness gracious me. Now I'm wondering whether I've put that down too deep. I'm wondering whether I should, yeah. Oh gosh, hang on. Oh gosh. I'm going to put a longer stem on it, and all I do is just pull that out that I placed it with, get rid of any glue on the outer side, if there is any. Get another pick, dip it in my glue, just on the tip, and then where that one were, I'm just going to replace the pick and wipe off any excess glue around the side that I've just seeped out as I push this pick in. So now I've got back my longer stem. I think I need to bring it about here, not sat, you know, immediately onto the vine. It needs to come out. One moment. This is doing my nut in this. I can hear doors after doors, car doors. Right, let me just see so I can reposition the banana and sit it. Got a bit of glue. I need to push it. And that's falling in, so it's probably because it's heavy. So if I lean it on there, because I will, perhaps even if it's with berries or some, I will get something to hold that up. Or again, I may even use the grapes and place the grapes there, so then the banana can lean on that. Or in fact, another one of my crazy ideas, well, not crazy, get another pick, dip it in my glue and place another pick under here. There we go. Remove any glue. Just cut that about here. See a glue string. I can't get to it from this side. There we go. And then just get my scorer with a bit of glue on the end of this. There we go. And then place this in the grapevine. So then it's got something to just keep it lifted up like that. So I put 2 picks in the banana, one in the middle and one near the end where it was kept falling in. So now lemons. I want to bunch something up together. Now, because that's pink, I want something, the pink lady. It's got to be something, well, yellow against it here. But I don't know whether to do it with that. Just get the odd. I've got to start bringing things in here as well to cover here. And now I've got my berries. Yeah, let me put one of the berries there. Against that yellow. So it pops up. I'm going to place that. There. Let's take that. And again, I do have my pomegranates, so I could also put pomegranate up here as well. One moment, glue string. I don't know if you've noticed that, but when I spot a glue string, whatever's in my hand, it becomes irrelevant until I've got that glue string. And then I do have the peaches as well. Could I put a few peaches up here? Yeah, let's get a couple of peaches in with the apple. Again, I've got more fruit, so we can also use that. Like that. And I'm going to place this one slightly at a different angle, just manipulate it so it's sat alongside. I've got to think about the other side as well. Let me just cut that bit shorter. That's got a bit thicker at the bottom. Dip that in. Just going to turn it around. I want to place that there. Just remove any glue. And just bend it. Like this, so you've got a bit of orange. I don't know where to place. I don't just want to concentrate on one area, not at this moment in time, because, where's my clippers? It's alright, I've got something missing. Let me just see if it's a flower head or something. No, so I'll remove that. Let me just check these leaves. No, they're okay. Yeah, like I say, I don't just want to concentrate on one area like I have done there. I don't just want to focus on there. I need to be moving things around because I need to be filling up the grapevine. But But I'm quite wondering, have I got there? By doing that, I could put grapes there. Oh, not bananas. Sorry, I'm just figuring this out, guys. What would look the better one? I might mix them up with the strawberries. Because I think with the pomegranates, I want to bring down. Yeah, I don't want them around. They need something as well coming out. So let's get the long stems in. I have to take that off because it's quite far down. So I'm going to get some long stems again with the pomegranates to get those just coming out and down like that. Okay, take that off. I'm saving these until in case I've got something where there's a leaf missing. And if not, I could easily put picks on those and have little tiny leaves and use them for something else. Or, you know, put them in as filler. Put that up there. Like that. Got any more? Oh, one here. Take that off. I did have some bigger pomegranates, but I used them on a display for a gentleman. I should have really ordered some bigger ones again. But never mind. So I've got pomegranates in it as well. I'm going to do a splash of the berries here and there as well. But I'm not going to have these quite long. I'll get just add those. Let me just move those there because I started to get overwhelmed with everything around me. Plus I feel like the wreath keeps moving down. Move that there. I've got two more. One can go there. I might put some together as a cluster. Or in fact, got that one coming in. I might bring this one in here. Let's do that. Push it down as far as I can get it. And just sit that like that. And the other one here. So it's got its red berries in now. Let me put the grapes till the... I've got to sort those out at the end. Right, lemons. I've got 3 lemons, 2 oranges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've got another pomegranate. 5 strawberries, 5 cherries, I've got another 3 peaches and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 raspberries. So that's what we have left to play with and to also put in. I'm going to put this here. Do I put it there? Right, 1. I think it might need to go up there actually. We may as well get it in. Right, I'm just turning it around again, everybody. Yes. Right, now this started to look like it's enclosing in on itself. So I'm just going to be forcing some of the things out. So it doesn't look like it's all coming in. Because that's what I can see. This area, what's irritating me. I'm going to get a bit of a welly. That's better. So I'm going to just see where to place our strawberries. I think we need some there. Again, we've got 5, so we need some here because we've got to cover that. But am I leaving that for one of our grapes? No, not there. So it's got to be, this is where it can come quite confusing. If it means having to add in extra little bits of more foliage, you know, filler foliage, just to stick in, then that's what we will do. I will use either ficus or I've actually got the salal, the oddments of the salal. So let's get these peaches in. To sit aside. And I'm going to put some, like I say, I will turn this around, everybody. As I say, it's just, I want to try and fill in some gaps. I'll put that in. Up there. And one coming down. Peach, peach, peach. Have I used them all? Must have done. Just want to get this area sorted. That's what I've done at the moment. Something's bothering me. Let me just get... Let me just get my oddments at the moment. My salal. And I just want to see if it's because it needs filler foliage. That's what's, you know, bugging me. That's what's been bugging me. I knew something, it was just something. And I had to get it rectified. So before we carry on, I want to get these in. I knew I should have put the filler foliage in earlier. And you can move this around as well to fill in those gaps. I love salal. It makes a brilliant filler foliage. I used it a lot. Oh gosh, a van. One moment, I think they're here. One moment, everybody.